People, maybe Veer didn't come yet. I mean, that's just Raw, and he's dominating the main event scene. But people, it's happening. Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley at the Royal Rumble. I don't even know which one I should support. I mean, both guys are my personal Santas. But more importantly, the bromance is back, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not shocked. They were friends ever since they were kids. Bullying people since the 6th grade. It's just so beautiful, you know? Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, and maybe we didn't see Veer come yet, but Royal Rumble is very excited. It gets us happy, so what's a better day to come than at the Royal Rumble? 1 ring, 30 men, 1 Veer, and 1 cum. I was always really good at fantasy booking. And what do you know, we got a decent episode of Raw. And it's pretty understandable, you know, Royal Rumble is just around the corner, so it's more room for actually interesting rivalries and storylines. The show kicks off, the lights go out. Will he come, will he come, will he come? But it's Paul Heyman. He says he's here as an advocate, and he introduces us to the reigning, defending, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Brock Lesnar. We see a skull of some weird ass animal and Brock Lesnar. And let me tell you, brother, seeing Brock Lesnar with the WWE Championship in 2022 is really an eye candy. Brock throws steel steps into the ring, just Brock things. Brock Lesnar gives a big shout out to Roman Reigns, his good friend, who's probably sitting at home watching Raw. I really doubt that. Watching the new WWE Champion Brock Lesnar, the real champion. I know where this is going. Come on, please no. Please no. Get well soon, buddy. Well, I believe Roman Reigns is going to be at SmackDown, so it's all good, thankfully. North Carolina, acknowledge me. Maybe Veer didn't come after this promo, but I sure did. And Brock Lesnar thanks Paul Heyman for advocating and, you know, pulling all the strings to make sure Brock Lesnar is in the WWE Championship match. And Paul Heyman cuts a decent promo, and during it he kinda admits that yes, all this time he was working with Brock Lesnar if it wasn't obvious. Then he talked about all the challengers, you know, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Big E, and Bobby Lashley. He basically called Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins a couple of idiots. He gave praise to Big E, and you can tell Paul Heyman kinda feels sorry and he wants to put over Big E. It's a really shitty situation. But the main focus was on Bobby Lashley. He said that Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley never faced each other, not even backstage. And Bobby Lashley is a legitimate threat to Brock Lesnar. And Paul Heyman again gives props to Big E, saying that if Big E wins, it's going to be an absolute pleasure, you know, watching Brock Lesnar versus Big E at the Royal Rumble. But Brock Lesnar is still going to be a reigning, defending, undisputed WWE champion of the world. The farm gang is back, baby. So later on the show, we are going to see the Fatal 4-Way match, which was an originally, you know, scheduled match at day 1, and winner is going to get the title shot for Brock Lesnar's WWE Championship at day 1. So yeah, this show feels big. Unfortunately, we did get quite a few terrible moments that didn't need to be on the show, but it's a 3-hour show, and at this point I'm just used to it. Sometimes I even skip it, like I don't even talk about it. Riddle wants to form a rap group with Randy Orton. Few more months, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see the punt kick at WrestleMania. I don't know how much patience Randy Orton has left. So then we saw a tag team match, the Alpha Academy versus RK Bro, which was pretty nice, and it seems like WWE are really consistent with this tag team. Like, I don't know why, I don't know what WWE are seeing in Otis. He's great, he's really good, but I mean WWE like really love the guy. Oh, you say big boy? Yeah, big boy, yum yum yum. And obviously Riddle doesn't learn. He tried to do an RKO to Otis. We saw a pretty nice reversal into a slam. My wrestling knowledge is just off the charts. And they won the match. So I kinda dig how these two are being booked. When you gotta be on Raw, but all you wanna do is spend some time with them women. I hate it here. So the show was pretty entertaining, right? It was decent. We had some pretty important stuff. Okay, let's talk about the tag team match between Akira Tozawa and Tamina versus Reggie and Dana Brooke. Or let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it, right? Let's make a deal and not talk about it, because Do you guys care? It's basically just killing my watch time, right? Like, right now, I know most of you are skipping. You're skipping to the best part, and I don't want that to happen. Reggie and Dana Brooke won. Are you not entertained? We saw Becky Lynch talking about her match against Liv Morgan at day 1, and it was okay, I guess. You know, she talked about New Year's resolutions. None of you are going to lose 5 pounds. And Liv Morgan already broke her New Year's resolutions. She probably wanted to win the championship, and she didn't. Liv Morgan talks about how she's never going to give up. She gave it her all at day 1, yet she lost. She lost the match. And it's interesting because Liv Morgan was supposed to, I think, touch the ropes with her leg, but that didn't happen. So right now she can't even say that she deserves another title shot. It really killed her momentum. We also saw Bianca Belair. Obviously she wants a championship match as well. Liv Morgan says, it's my time now. Becky says, okay, you two decide who's gonna face me and let me know. And then they attacked Becky Lynch. So this was a brawl, which eventually led to Becky Lynch still being on top. On top. It seems like Seth Rollins gets it. So then we see Kevin Owens talking to Seth Rollins, and Kevin Owens has a plan. Let's be a team, and it doesn't matter who wins, you know, whoever wins is going to win the WWE Championship. Let's help each other, and then it's going to be Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. Seth Rollins agrees, but Kevin Owens, it seems like, doesn't really trust Seth Rollins. Yeah, that is not happening. Then we jump into more boring stuff. Women's Tag Team Championship match. Rhea Ripley and Nikki versus Zelina Vega and Carmella, and Vega and Carmella retain the championships. Then we saw the Street Profits versus Apollo Crews and Commander Azeez. I don't know about you guys, I don't mind tag team wrestling, but that's a bit too much. The Street Profits won the match, and is it me or lately the Street Profits lost all of their momentum? Like, these two are really talented, they're really charismatic, and I don't know what it is, but nothing about them feels special anymore. They basically accomplished everything there is to accomplish in the WWE when it comes to tag team division. And I hate WWE breaking up the tag teams, but maybe it's time. But I do feel sorry for Angelo Dawkins because clearly Montez Ford is the guy right here. If Damian Priest gets disqualified or counted out, he will still lose the championship. And this match, I mean, I don't mind it. I love the fact that Ziggler is getting a title shot, even though it's really, you know, it's not believable. But this whole thing really made Damian Priest look stupid. Do I continue with the match or attack Bobby and lose the championship? I can't decide. It just really made him look like a dummy. Then Ziggler was asking for a chair shot. Priest attacks Bobby instead and still wins the match. What's the point of this rivalry? What's up, babe? You wanna see my egg? We saw some more sugar daddy stuff from Vince McMahon and Austin Theory, and Vince ends up giving a Royal Rumble spot to Austin Theory. I don't know where this is going, but I like it. The Miz complains about his match against Edge at day 1, saying that, you know, if it wasn't for Beth Phoenix, I would have won. That's the only reason I lost, because Edge needed his mommy. Then we saw Beth Phoenix and Edge says, you know what, I'm gonna give you what you want. Edge and Beth Phoenix versus The Miz and Maryse, and The Miz accepts the challenge. Maryse is not too happy about that though. I mean, it's pretty cool, and hopefully that's gonna be the conclusion of the rivalry, because I was honestly hoping for a bit more out of this, because Miz is really good on the microphone. Edge has been amazing, probably the best Edge we ever saw in the WWE. You know, he's really good, like, especially right now, ever since he came back. And we didn't exactly get what we thought we would. It doesn't feel important. I don't know, with Miz's momentum, it's really hard to make this look legit. But during this whole thing, I kept thinking, they're just recording stuff for Miz and Mrs. That's it. Big E says it's not a shame to lose to Brock Lesnar. He's goddamn right. Being the WWE champ meant a lot to him. If we don't stay down, we get back up. Again, Brock winning the championship is great, but this whole situation blows. Like, I feel so sorry for the guy, especially knowing he was supposed to retain the championship. We saw AJ versus Omos. Not even sure which one is the babyface, which one is a heel. I guess both are heels at this point. And, well, Omos basically destroyed AJ Styles. He won the match, and AJ is Well, it almost seems like AJ Styles is being written off and we're not gonna see him until Royal Rumble perhaps. Whatever the case may be, it seems like this rivalry is not gonna continue. That's the story, and maybe that's for the better. I can already see Omos being in the Royal Rumble and eliminating half the people. And then it was time for the main event, Fatal 4-Way match. Winner faces Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. Obviously it's Kevin Owens versus Big E versus Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley, and I kept wondering, was that the original match? Like, was that what we were supposed to see at the pay-per-view? Because this was definitely a pay-per-view level match. You know, they were brawling outside of the ring and it was really good. Like, I can't complain. So other than the result, I believe that was the original match because we even saw very similar spots to what we saw, you know, during the day one match. During this whole match, Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins were working together just like they said, and even at times Bobby Lashley was working with Big E. I wouldn't mind seeing them as a tag team, this power couple, maybe not a couple. So like I've said, I wouldn't be shocked if 80% of the match was exactly what we were supposed to see at WWE Day 1. It was actually a lot longer than the match at the pay-per-view, because the match at Day 1 was rushed for obvious reasons, but I believe it still did the job. So this time, however, Bobby Lashley takes the W. It's official. Royal Rumble, Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, WWE Champ 1 on 1P. Love these. Brock Lesnar says, yeah, I have a couple of comments. Can't wait to see Roman Reigns on SmackDown. And then we see a shot of Bobby Lashley realizing it's time for them women now. What a conclusion to Monday Night Raw, but I'm kinda worried, you know. Brock Lesnar is focusing on Roman Reigns. He said, I'm the real champion, and we all know where this is going. Brock, Reigns, for both championships. It's good on paper. It's definitely an important match, but unless WWE plan splitting the championships a couple of months later, I don't want to see it. I want to see two champions, one for Raw, one for SmackDown. And I know many people will say, well, WWE is not entertaining and maybe we don't need two championships. Just have one roster used for Raw and SmackDown. And I know it may seem like it's going to fix everything, but let's be honest, WWE had a lot of talent, especially before releasing 5,000 superstars. And it still wasn't good. It's all about the writing, people. It's all about the writing. So I hope this unification thing is not gonna happen. But that was your Monday Night Raw. Definitely an okay episode. You know, finally something important. And hopefully that's gonna be the case for the rest of the month. So thank you for watching this video. Make sure to check out this Reddit video where I reacted to our farmer basically losing his mind, but in the best way possible. Thank you for watching.